Sometimes I think I'm a bad person, but then I remember I wipe my pee off the toilet seat when it gets there. So I'm actually doing quite all right. I had a phase of reading Google reviews, and this is quite a while ago, but I have not been able to stop thinking about it since. There was this one place that sells boba. It's kind of like there's no seating. It's not like a proper like place you walk in. It's kind of like just like a hole in the wall, like genuinely, but only the staff are in the hole in the wall, so you're kind of just on the other side of the wall, like on the outside part of the wall. Anyway, they sell boba. One of the reviews being like, this boba place adds money if you want to add a topping, being pearls, anything else, I don't know. But they don't take money off if you order a drink that already has that topping and you want it removed. Obviously, nobody does that. I'm so sorry to break your bubble. Like, why? I don't think it's fit. We could argue about like the fact that that sucks all day long, right? I just don't think it's fair to write a poor review on this like one place when that's just like the industry standard, right? That's what every food and drink place does. But if I order a burger with no tomatoes, I would never do that. I'm a grown ass adult and I know how to eat a tomato. But if I order a burger with no tomato, I don't expect them to take 50 cents off the bill because I didn't have that tomato. That's just how the food industry works. I'm very sorry. And somebody for a different boba place. Boba is a bit of a stretch. This isn't really a boba place, but it's I guess there's not much else you could call it. It's kind of a boba place. It's like an Asian drink place in the same vein as boba. They're kind of unique. They're doing their own thing. They recently opened up a new store, and one of the reviews, I kid you not, because the reviews for this place, it only opened up a few months ago, if that, and the reviews were already quite bad. A lot of them were on about opening day, and I kid you not, a lot of them, this one in particular I remember, but a lot of them were very similar to this kind of vibe. It was like, I came here on opening day, it was a mess. The staff were really nice and tried their best, but it was slow, and some lady cut in front of me. You went there on opening day. You saw the line before you got into line and into the store and made your order. You knew it was going to be busy. You knew it was going to be slow. And the staff were nice. The staff were trying their best, which you acknowledge. And yet you're still giving a 1-star review because you chose a bad day and then some other customer that's got nothing to do with the store cut in front of you. Hey, let's think about what we say. There was another, like, review that was basically mad that, again, same place on opening day, when they got to the counter, they were sold out. What do you want them to do? Whenever you see women in femme just kind of existing online, and, like, presenting themselves online, that you're always gonna get a few comments, a few responses that are a bit distasteful. And what I find really unattractive is when the female creator kind of leans in towards that. I was doom scrolling as per usual, and I came across a video of a still conventionally attractive, and she wasn't particularly bulky, she was still lean, so still not as like offensive as could possibly be. And one of the comments under that was, oh, finally a muscle mommy who doesn't have an OnlyFans, which I just find like I am not the person to have the sex work conversation. I do not have the information, the knowledge, patience, nor am I articulate enough to have that conversation. But I just find it really interesting. You're out here calling her a muscle mommy. You're obviously, like, attracted to her. You're obviously viewing her in, like, a sexual manner. You're obviously using her in your situation as this, like, sexual gratification object on your screen. Why do you have such mad beef with sex workers? Why do you have such mad beef with OnlyFans, like, people? Like, it just sounds like you're mad when women profit off it, or when women benefit from it, or when women choose it for themselves, is what it sounds like. And then the creator basically responded being like, yeah, never have, never will, like, basically, like, sucking his dick in the comments. I don't remember if the comment was pinned or not, but it definitely was liked. Like, now you're ugly. Now you're ugly as shit. Now actually you look horrendous. Because how are you gonna be out here showing yourself, portraying yourself to be like this badass woman who isn't afraid to do what she wants and portraying yourself as like a strong woman, and as soon as a man praises you in a way that puts down other women, you're on his lap, booty first. That's really embarrassing, actually. I also have a few posts that I don't know how to like title it, but they fall under the same flavor of post in the sense of like why I'm talking about them. The first one being the devil couldn't reach me, so he made me an aromantic that craves romance, and everyone in the comment was just like, I'm not woke enough for this. I'm begging you to read what you wrote. That kind of shit. Like, I get that it's funny at first because it sounds a bit cuckoo, a bit crazy, and then the comments are funny on like a surface base level, um but like it does like I just feel like we have to start thinking about the media that we consume. And I know it's gonna be like it's not that deep, but like it is, because like we never think about any of the media that we consume, and every time, if we just thought about it, like it would make sense. Like I can't fly, but I still crave the freedom of birds. You know what I mean? I can't sing, but I would still love to be fucking Ariana Grande. If I did not have a romantic bone in my body, if I couldn't have a crush on people, if I couldn't feel that kind of way towards people, like reckon there would still be times in my life where I would be like, damn, I wish I could have that kind of bond with somebody. I wish I could like have a partner, a romantic partner, and we would be each other's like first emotional support person, mutually. And it's just like, you know what I mean? Like you don't have to, even if you've never been in a relationship, if you've never had a crush on somebody, you can still feel that. And it's the same, you know what I mean? In the same vein, I saw somebody who was like, I'm a vegan who eats eggs. And everyone in the comments were like, you're not vegan, you stupid bitch. Like, I also understand, and I also understand that that was probably a funny thing to type in the moment, and to think in the moment. But again, okay, if reading captions people need to do, because there's a lot of information there, and I feel like people are missing out and starting like just typing up really hateful shit, um, just off the bat. I don't anyway. But in the caption they were like, these are my own chickens. They live in my backyard. They produce eggs. I eat the eggs. Which if you want to get, I don't know if the definition has changed, but if you really want to get like super technical about it, the definition of a vegan is somebody who doesn't consume like animal products that have been manufactured, meaning they haven't been made in a factory or made by a company for the market for people to buy and sell. So immediately that, but second of all, think about why people go vegan. A, the environment, B, the ethics of it, right? Owning your own chickens and having them lay eggs for you to eat don't violate either of those two things. Having like animals near you, having a pet that just so happens to produce food for you that is edible for you, is not hurting the environment and is not unethical, and it doesn't hurt them in any way. I feel like there's not a lot of, on one end there's not a lot of compassion and empathy, and on the other end this kind of goes under, this is kind of more of an umbrella thing, there's just no thinking. And I would like us to start thinking. This is a reel that I saw that says, if you want me in the men's bathroom so bad, then make sure you're okay with me fixing my makeup next to your husband. Again, I get it might leave a bad taste in your mouth initially. But let's think before we leave a comment. What are the chances, okay, that she's just saying shit to rile transphobes up? And what are the chances that she actually wants to steal your dusty ass husband? Right? Let's say you skipped that calculation and you didn't that way up, right? That and you just decided, no, she actually does want to steal my husband that she's never met and will never meet. And that she definitely wants for some fucking reason. I'm going to defend myself by being transphobe. Hey, so let me read you some of these. Crazy to see someone transition just to be a homewrecker and threaten women. I don't think she wants your man. We can argue about this. I'm not gonna, this one is actually a fine comment. I don't care. I just want, listen, do we really think she's after your man? Or do we think that she made this video because very concerning stuff is happening in the US right now pertaining to queer rights? This behavior screams masculinity. What a lovely thing to say. What an amazing thing to say to a trans woman. I hope you find peace. And then the final two, you already know where it's going. Men don't like other men, so go ahead. Well, if you have a wiener, then I wouldn't be worried. You look so cool jumping to that headspace and jumping to those comments towards a girl that's never going to meet you or your man. And if she did, I promise you the one place that she is not falling in love at first sight is the bathroom where your man is tinkling or taking a shit for 40 minutes because he won't eat fiber. You guys piss me off. That is all I have for y'all today. I wish you guys a wonderful day or night. And I am going to meditate. I'm actually just going to film another video and then meditate.